amazing audience. We are live in Tennessee in an interesting place here. Let me see if I could do this though, because it's really fascinating. So, well, first of all, this is Andrew Buckwalter.
Good morning.
Right, and he has me in this. It's not a cabin, right?
It's a 1961 Scotsman vintage camper.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's the best podcasting studio I've been in thus far. Has anyone ever recorded like audio, like just to test vocals?
Not yet. Actually, Anthony Luciano, he's doing my podcast editing.
Okay.
And we're going to come in and he's just going to kind of listen and give some advice. I need to get some like curtains.
Yeah. Really interesting.
But I've had musicians playing here and stuff. And so
yeah. You play the guitar?
I don't.
Okay.
It's just really there for looks. Yeah. I'm
Really?
going to learn after seeing all these people playing here.
That's
I'm like
a good
really
idea.
motivated.
I mean, the guitar is there, right?
Yeah.
Is it tuned?
Go for it.
Oh, let's see what this sounds like.
I don't know if it's tuned though. Can you play it? It's good enough.
Yeah, that's a good tune. Let's see how it sounds.
I do have a tuner, but
Let's see first. Oh.
nice.
Sounds sweet. Crystal. Everything inside here is amazing. But Andrew, the last time we spoke about a few things, right?
We did.
We had too much fun on that conversation.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, this was a ton of fun, right? Second, folks.
You want to put some water in there?
So tell me, what's the update? The last time we spoke, you said you were about to do your podcast, right?
Yes.
Jimmy J was helping you
Yes.
with that, yeah? What's going on? Has it launched?
Yeah, so I launched last year, Music City Real Estate Show, and then I won't bore you with all the details, but it went well.
Give me the details, please.
Well, I interviewed musicians, nonprofits, and real estate related people, because I'm in real estate.
Right.
And so, which the podcast literally was 2 or 3 podcasts in one. And it was fun. Things got busy last July. Our house ended up flooding while we were on vacation. Blessing in disguise, though. We got to update everything.
Okay.
And but I couldn't stay up with content. So, and then I don't know. I was like, you know what? Real estate was busy, and real estate's always going to be a priority over podcasting.
Especially in Nashville, right?
Yeah. And so basically parked the camper, literally. And 2 or 3 months went by, and I don't know, I was in Aaron Walker's mastermind at the time, and, just throwing some ideas off of them. So basically I decided, all right, let's simplify the podcast. Actually, I talked to Angus Nelson, and I just asked him, I'm like, hey, what do you think? And long story short, the podcast was busy, and I needed to simplify. So I decided to scratch the real estate content, because the podcast, a big part of it is meeting face-to-face, so the networking aspect. So they'll know I'm a realtor within that. So I relaunched with just hearing the stories of people making an impact in Nashville. So it tells business people, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, musicians. It's pretty wide open. Yeah. And obviously even, maybe somebody that's making an impact to me might not to you, but it's my podcast, so I can put whoever on. Yeah. And I can have you on it,
I love how you said that, though.
Yeah.
So let's say that with a little more finesse. It's my podcast, and I can put whoever I want on it.
It's very true, because, it's like, all right, this is going to be the norm, but I might slide something different in there.
Yeah.
And so, so basically, I relaunched that. Another long story short, there was a conflict with the name with somebody else, and even though legally I could have kept it, but out of respect, I've decided to change the name.
Okay.
So now I'm going with Nashville Untold. With Andrew Buckwalter.
I love that.
And so I got everything. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks it'll all be, and all the content's the same. And actually I'll launch with all the podcasts. Now the funny thing is I ended up doing I think I got 18 or 19 podcasts in the bank.
Wow.
because I didn't want to stress about, going, oh no, I need to set up interview, and it's a lot easier to interview, this content versus what I was doing before. But now I'm like, I want to get them all out there, and I want to sit down in front of new people, so it's
Are you gonna do that though? Like, I mean, not like one of the secrets of what I've done is to have an abundance mindset when it comes to having content and releasing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to enjoy more conversations.
Right.
And it's got me to right here, right now, right?
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, are you going to be that person who has the podcast in the bank, or are you going to?
I will say I'd like probably 3 or 4.
Yeah, in the bank.
Yeah, because I can get the interviews a lot easier.
Yeah.
And so I sit down with somebody and I'm like, oh man, I'm sitting there thinking that's a great story. Well, now I got to wait like 2 months to put it out there, and so like I don't like waiting that long.
Yeah.
So I kind of went the other side. Now I'm like, all right, I just want to put them all out at once and then
test the both sides. I mean, it's worth it. Yeah, because sometimes it's the momentum that really creates.
It's the excitement of actually getting in here and doing it,
and then getting it.
Right, which is what I like. So, like, because I was looking on the calendar, I hadn't done a podcast in here in like 3 months because I put the Heart of Nashville on pause until
But live is good too, though.
Yeah.
Like live it's done, right? You set up, and here is perfect for live. Like you could set that up where it's permanent. You click, you're on. And people, I got chills. People would love that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And you're a pretty good looking guy. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you can pull it off. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So, your own unique real shoes.
I got what?
Sweet. So, your own unique real shoes is a segment we speak about.
Oh,
right?
Great. I didn't really like these shoes.
Oh, really?
It's funny. So, this morning I had 2 pair of brown shoes, and I said, all right, Natalie, my wife, I was like, which one? And she's like, well, this one's the shirts, And so she says this one. I said, see, this is why I need a pair of driving shoes right in between because these are too casual. Yeah. Anyways, but yes, go ahead.
There it goes, right? So people see your shoes and usually they can't make a judgment, right?
Yes.
But it's really challenging to see the steps you've walked, the challenges you've had, the struggles you've had, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's one struggle you have had in the last year?
I would say... I read The One Thing by Gary Keller, and I was just reading this one about, like, you see the success, and sometimes out of fear, you sabotage it because you don't want to get too big.
Yeah.
I think even with this, and with the real estate and tying it all together, it's super exciting, but then I think sometimes there is that fear of like, well, I don't want to get too big because then I'll lose kind of freedom. And so I think with that, the lack of self-control and discipline to, like marketing, to be consistent with it. The struggle with consistency. I guess that would probably line up with
which is intriguing because you are being consistent, but you're actually creating in your mind that it may be impossible to continue to be consistent, right? If you grow too big.
Right. Yeah. I think so.
Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, but I think I still struggle with just consistency at the size I am.
Okay.
Because the brain's always thinking. I sat in here and I came up with all this. A few ideas from people. So, so I'm always thinking. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I can do this and do this. And so, what's the word? Not implement. I guess implement. Yeah, implement and then follow through. So I think that's the struggle.
All right.
The squirrel syndrome, probably.
Yeah.
New idea.
This is great. I'm just saying, this is really amazing what we put together. Yeah. This is really amazing. I think,
we'll appreciate it.
Yeah, I think you definitely be big. So
cool.
It'll be what it is. But this is really amazing. Love the bulbs.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm geeking out here. I'm supposed to be interviewing this guy, right?
He's building my ego, man. I'm loving this. Come on, what else you like?
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Tell me something, though. When we did speak, right, in your earliest childhood memory, you spoke about the cactus, right?
Yes.
And the cat, right?
Right.
So
I knew you were going to bring that.
You know that,
right?
Yeah, the cat was climbing the cactus. After listening to it, I realized that I missed something.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that today, that sometimes in life, so applicable now. Wow. That sometimes in life, some ladders, even though it's a climbing thing, it's not always the best thing.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
there's the ladder, there's the cactus, and the cat climbed the cactus, right? And that didn't work out too well. So you still have the climbing part going on, but then it's the pain that goes with it. So sometimes you really need to choose what you climb on. That was beautiful. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, sometimes you get knocked down, you got to climb back on the ladder. Sometimes you got to pause, hesitate, take in
choose
the beauty
as
of
well.
Yeah.
So when you heard that this guy from the Caribbean was coming, what did you think?
I was like, oh man, really? Like, no. I was like, awesome, man. I thought it would be cool. I mean, I probably immediately, I'm like, hey, are you going to be in Tennessee? And, you know, let's connect. And, I'm like, I'll show off the camper, you know.
This is good.
So, no, it was, I was excited. Yeah.
Do you have any regrets in life?
You know what? I don't think so. I think for a long time I regretted not being serious in college because I was never happy with my jobs. Like, I just never was content. And then, you know, once I got in real estate, and it's really limitless with what you could do with real estate. Like, I'm listening to Bigger Pockets investing podcast. Now I'm ready to go start investing. Yeah. Except you need money for that. And so I always had regret not being serious in college. And like, man, what if I would have, you know, stuck with engineering and, you know, design cars or whatever. But once I got in real estate, now I don't look back. I'm like, hey, everything was a journey. It was, you know, steps, a ladder to get where I was. And every aspect out of it I can pull into real estate. So now I don't. I mean, there's, you know, little things, little struggles here and there that I could go, I regret, you know, that I, you know, struggle with that. Like, yeah, if I had the consistency and, you know, brilliant marketing, like, and could just run forward. I regret not having that.
What is the best
skill.
place, though, for people to connect with you from a real estate perspective?
So you can look up, it'll be Nashville Untold, which will be the podcast.
Right.
Obviously, that's the broader that brings it to me. And then Buckwalter Impact Group. I've had too many websites, so I'm trying to think what's the best way. Buckwalter Impact Group is the website that you can find me at.
Sweet.
Yeah.
This was fun.
12 minutes, man, that goes by fast.
There we go. In closing, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Follow him as he takes this journey. It's exciting.
Journey, right?
Yeah. I know he's having a lot of fun.
Well,
I would be
every day
too.
is fun for me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I do it. Having this conversation, if I end up dying on the way off, I'm good. Like, I'm filled.
You got life insurance?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
My wife would be good.
Okay, good.
Yeah. That's the real estate guy. Andrew Buckwalter, thank you for being on What is Inspire. In closing, is there anything else you'd like to share, though? Anything that pops out?
Anything that pops out?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I would say don't let fear hold you back. And there's fear present, I think. Even like, I'm like, I don't deal with fear, but it's here and there. Push through. Surround yourself around friends to kick you in the butt. Mastermind groups, you know, to motivate you. I'm sure there was many pushbacks in you doing this, but you were like, phew. So I think it's, don't let fear paralyze you, and surround yourself around people that are going to motivate you to accomplish what you want to accomplish.
Love it. So when they're looking for the podcast to hear the episode we're going to record now, what is the name of the podcast they're looking for?
Nashville Untold.
Boom.
Yep.
All right, amazing audience. I'm going to have some fun now.
Peace out.
Boom.